Hello, and welcome to SafeSide, Virginia's longest indoor shooting destinations. We're proud that you have chosen to visit our facility. Whether this will be your first time using a firearm or you are a lifelong collector, we hope that your visit today will be a safe and fun experience.
Over the next few minutes, we want to make sure that you're up to speed on the 4 rules of gun safety, our facility rules and regulations, and the general operation of the range equipment. Once this video is finished, you'll need to complete your waiver before getting checked in. I know you're ready to get on the range, so we're going to jump right into it. Before we get into the facility regulations, let's take a look at the 4 basic rules of gun safety. Remember these when you're on one of our ranges or the next time you use your firearm.
Treat every firearm as if it were loaded.
The phrase, "it's unloaded," should never pass your lips and should never be trusted from someone else's. Unless you are preparing to shoot, your first action with any firearm should be to point the muzzle in a safe direction, check the chamber, and clear the firearm.
Never point a firearm at anything you do not intend to shoot.
It might help to think of the muzzle as a laser pointer, and everything it points to is in danger. Never let the muzzle cover anything that you are not willing to destroy. Regarding the safe direction, don't forget the possibility of ricochet.
Keep your fingers straight and off the trigger until you're ready to fire.
This rule, arguably the most important one, should be practiced 100% of the time, as with all of these rules. With any modern firearm, as long as your finger is away from the trigger, your firearm will not discharge.
Always be sure of your target and what is in front of it and behind it.
Everything and everyone in front of, near, and beyond your target is your responsibility. We know we are responsible for every bullet that leaves our gun, not just those that hit the intended target. That's why we guard our good habits every time we handle a firearm and why we always follow the 4 rules. Take a deep breath, because it's time to go over the facility's rules and regulations. Our goal is to create a safe, enjoyable experience for all of our customers, and in order to accomplish that, you will play an important role each time you are at a SafeSide range. All federal, state, and local firearm laws must be obeyed at all times.
Posted rules and commands issued by range officers and range personnel must be obeyed immediately and without question. All guns to be used on the range must be unloaded and cased prior to entering or leaving the building.
Tracer, armor-piercing, incendiary, and all other ammunition containing steel is prohibited. When the command ceasefire is given, stop shooting immediately. Place your firearm on the bench in a safe manner and wait for further instructions from a range staff member. Only shoot at your target. Cross-firing of targets is prohibited. RSOs reserve the right to inspect all firearms and ammunition for safety considerations. Cell phones may not be used while handling firearms.
No intoxicating substances are allowed on the premises, including parking areas. Use of the range is prohibited for anyone who has consumed such substances. Safe gun handling practices will be observed at all times based on NRA standards.
Eye and ear protection must be worn at all times while on the range. All guns used on the range must be in a safe operating condition and used only with proper ammunition. You can load as many rounds as you like and fire them as fast as you want, as long as you do so safely and accurately. Any 2 shots fired that strike any surface besides your target, like the ceiling, floor, target carrier, or track, may result in the range officer asking you to leave for the day. There is to be no hand-to-hand transfers of firearms. If you want to pass a firearm to another shooter, place the weapon on the firing line bench with the slide locked to the rear and no magazine inserted and step back. The other shooter may then step forward and pick up the weapon. Firearms should not move from lane to lane. The loading or unloading of any firearm or magazine must be done on the firing line bench.
Drawing from a holster is allowed after successfully completing the holster draw certification class and at hours set by the range. There is to be no firing from the hip. This includes pistol grip shotguns and SBRs. Shotguns are allowed on the range, but only with certain ammo. Ask a range attendant for details. If you have brought more than one firearm, use only one at a time, and when finished, case the unloaded firearm and its ammunition before uncasing the next one.
pregnant and nursing mothers are not allowed on the range at any time. Range personnel will immediately remove from the premises any person who is observed handling a firearm in an unsafe, careless, or inappropriate manner without refund of range fees. No parties prohibited from purchasing, transferring, or owning firearms may use the range facilities, including those that have felony convictions, have committed crimes of domestic violence, and/or are subject to protective or restraining orders. When you check in, you'll need to let staff know whether you wish to shoot in the rifle bay or in the 25-yard handgun or rimfire bay. If you're not sure what will work best for you, our staff will be happy to help. After you are assigned a lane, staff will ask to hold your driver's license, and you will be given a lane card that has the bay and lane number on it. When you enter or leave the shooting bay, please make sure the first door you go through closes completely before you open the next door. Open doors slowly, as there may be people on the other side of the door.
Once you have entered the bay, look for the red light on the target unit overhead and find the number that corresponds to your lane card. You may show your card to the range safety officer, who can assist you to your assigned lane. If there's someone on your lane, let the RSO know.
Use the touchscreen located near the shooting bench to control your target's position. Your timer, if applicable, will begin once you tap Agree. You may then proceed to select your unit of measure and either use one of the preset positions or the manual jog feature. Your target distance is always shown on the screen.
At certain times, advanced controls for turning, edging, drills, and scenarios may be available for your use after completing an overview course. Please ask a range safety officer or a range attendant for more information if you'd like to use these features.
Hang your targets using the binder clips below the marked line. Please ask the RSO if you need additional clips or assistance. Our backers are designed to accommodate many different size targets.
When you're done shooting, please leave your booth in a clean state. Trash should be deposited in the black trash bins and brass in the blue recycling bins. Thank you for your time and attention during this safety briefing. If you have any questions or concerns regarding firearm safety, facility rules and regulations, or operating the range equipment, please speak to one of our friendly staff members who can further assist you. Remember, firearm safety is your job all day, every day. By following the rules presented to you, we can continue to work together to promote the responsible use and ownership of firearms. If you haven't already done so, we hope that you'll consider one of our membership options and invite you to make SafeSide a core part of your firearms training and practicing needs. You're now ready to finish and submit your smart waiver and get out on the range. Stay safe.